right, guys. Hey, we are back for another episode. We are now at week 5, and today's surprise location for my historical Chicago quarantine tour is none other than the amazing, the stupendous, the unbelievable Hyde Park neighborhood. So, we are currently in front of the Museum of Science and Industry. All right, so stay tuned. Episode 5, week 5. Here we are. Guys, so I'm going to give you plenty of facts on Hyde Park. This museum here, its original name when it was built. And I'm going to show you guys a lot of the Hyde Park neighborhood. All right, guys, here I am in front of the Museum of Science and Industry. Charles Atwood was originally the architect here. This building was one of the original buildings in the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition Fair. And it's been the Museum of Science and Industry for a long time, for I want to say over 100 years or so. This is the museum campus. It is one of the only museums of science and industry in the country, and the largest in Chicago. Yes, the original name of this building was the Palace of Fine Arts, or the Building of Fine Arts. So yes, this is one of the only buildings left standing. You can see its size here. It's pretty large in size and stature, and has been... So I am currently at Promontory Point. I am trying to get over there, but as you guys know, the parks and lakefront is closed. So Promontory Point was a man-made landfill made in the late 1930s. And it currently has like a seawall there to protect the land and the landfill and the Lake Michigan. So I'm just gonna try to show you guys a bit of that over there. I'm currently on the other side of Lakeshore Drive, and also hope that you guys can hear me because of all the cars and traffic that's going by. But yes, also Mr. George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars and a billionaire among other things. His wife was actually married at Promontory Point here in Chicago a few years back. I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years. Shout out to my girl T. Michelle for this beautiful mask that she made. Amazing. Love this black and gold. Alright guys, so let me flip my camera over. Properties here used to be old hotels. Some of these were built in the early 1920s. As you can see, look at the architecture there. Look at this one on the corner here. This is a beautiful building. A lot of these, yes, they used to be hotels, and then around 1920s, 30s, after the Depression, they were turned into rental properties and apartments. So here I am. I was gonna get out my car and go show you all my childhood park, Harold Washington Park in Chicago, in Hyde Park, and it's too many people outside with no goddamn mask. It's really it's like a whole little like area I wanted to show you guys. With the swings. Right, with everything. Oh, we got our special guest with us as well this week, Miss Jan Noble. Woo! 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 Thank you for coming. We lived across the street from Kenwood here on 51st and Blackstone. As you can see, I'm going to show you guys the apartment or building there. Oh, you got some little kids playing. Hey, little girl. So yeah, this is it. This is also where R. Kelly used to go in high school and seduce young girls. And if you guys don't know, I was in the Chicago Tribune. So we are leaving Kenwood Academy. This one right here, the second one. The second one? Yeah. Ooh, that's cute. Yeah, we lived right here. When I was little. That's why I have sense in class, guys. 5014, that's where we live. All right. That's where I used to live. I'm recording now. Because These people, man. All right, I am currently at Harper Court. It was originally named Harper Court, okay? This was the artist community and still remains the artist community in Chicago for since about the 50s, 60s, and 70s. A lot of hippies lived, a lot of hippie artists lived in this neighborhood, and I'm gonna show you guys some more of the Harper Court. All right, this is one of the original buildings here, Park 52 Bar and Lounge. I remember this even as a kid growing up. This area has changed a bit. I'm rolling my window up because these people don't have no mask on, and I take this store has been here for decades, right? This area was completely different. We had the Co-op, which was on 51st Street, KFC, the Pancake House, which was one of my favorites to this day. A lot of other small businesses, Dixie Kitchen, Toy Etc., the chess boards. A lot of world-class chess players would play chess right in this neighborhood here. So yeah, guys, we're gonna continue the tour. Thanks for sticking around. See you soon. I'm currently just driving around to show you some of the mainstays of Hyde Park. Right here is the Hyde Park Cigar and Lounge. I do have my phone out and the police are right here, but they just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna put it down for a second. Oh, he ain't paying no attention.
Used to be a Chinese, this used to be the Chinese restaurant that we go to.
Yep, and this is also, what is that? Kilwins?
And the laundry.
Yep, the laundry. Continuing the tour. We are at 53rd and Blackstone. I remember that used to be Clark's, a 24-hour breakfast place that I used to love. This Boston Market has been here for decades, to be honest.
That used to be Ribs and Bibs.
No, it didn't. No, it did not. Ribs and Bibs is on the next corner right here.
My bad.
Yep, let me go ahead and continue on with the tour. This little court here, a lot of these businesses have been here for decades. That Subway, there used to be a, this is where Barack and Michelle had their first date.
Right, there's the rock right there. There's the rock right there.
Huh? The rock?
The rock with the name.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, what rocks? Huh?
That's
We are continuing our tour. Right here on the corner used to be the legendary Ribs and Bibs. It was a barbecue restaurant. Some of the best barbecue chicken ever. Ribs, everything you could ever get. Black-owned establishment. Do not honk at me. Oh, they're not honking at me. So yeah, I'm on 53rd. As you guys see, we're at 53rd and Kenwood. It's a lot of new restaurants here.
That used to be a Harold's right there.
Okay, used to be a Harold's there. This park has been here for decades as well. Yeah, I used to hang out back in the 90s at this park here. Hold on. Park Plaza, a raggedy parking lot. We have Hyde Park Produce.
Yeah.
Look at the people.
This used to be the Hyde Park Co-op for many, many years.
Yes, okay, the Hyde Park Co-op. Look at people social distancing somewhat. We are continuing our tour. We're currently at 55th Street in Woodlawn. We have the Woodlawn Tap, the Nile, the Revival, which is one of the places I would go for comedy shows here in Chicago. So we're going to just do some of the buildings, some of the places that I used to work. And stay tuned. Well, the Nanatorium or whatever it's called, where they have the pool. And we have Max P. So I'm just gonna show you guys a few buildings. Stay tuned. Main founders of the university in 1891. He put forth a lot of the money up to make the campus what it is today and the university what it is today. So right here we have Max P as well. I used to work in this building for about 3 years. Shout out to everybody, old co-workers and people and students and staff who I used to work with. Except for Megan, fuck you bitch. Alright, and we just in the University of Chicago campus. And the Roby House is right here on the corner, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, here we are in front of the Roby House here. This was designed by the famous architect, Mr. Frank Lloyd Wright. This home was commissioned for design in 1908. with a budget of only $60,000 at that time. They said only $60,000, but as you can see, they made that work. Frank Lloyd Wright was super famous for the guys, some of the architecture here, and some of the staples in this home. This is a popular tourist destination in Hyde Park and the University of Chicago. They do have tours available. Guys, we are close to the University of Chicago bookstore, and I'm just showing you guys the Roby House from across the street. Campus North that way. It's a lot more architecture here. And yes, I am right here as the clock tower is going off. We are currently in front of Rockefeller Chapel here. It is a church located on the property of the University of Chicago. All right, so yes, I don't know if you guys knew, but John D. Rockefeller was one of the founders here for the university. We're at 59th and Woodlawn, right by the Midway Plaisance. So let's get a little bit closer. I've seen some of the best speakers and orders in this building. They have a lot of weddings here as well. Very expensive if you'd like to host a wedding here. So I'm currently in the front here. Annexed originally in 1889, this building, John D. Rockefeller did help found the University of Chicago in 1891. A lot of these properties here are owned by the university. This here is the Midway Plaisance. Once again, I'm going to show you guys a few of the buildings on campus, and we're going to keep this tour going. Thank you all for watching Love and Light. Please tip your tour guide. Currently going down the Midway Plaisance here. It's a few people playing soccer. They tend to do that a lot in the summertime as well. They host a lot of festivals here in Midway Plaisance. We are currently at 59th and Ellis. On the hospital side now, instead of the university side. I won't be over here long because I don't deal with the Rona. So let's keep it moving. Okay. All right, guys, we are back. I'm at the furthest point of Hyde Park at Midway Plaisance. I don't know if you guys know, but Hyde Park mainly is from 51st Street all the way to Midway Plaisance at 59th Street. Okay, and to the right here, we have the Logan Center, but I'm going to give you guys the full name because I'm going to pull up. But this is one of the performing arts centers here in Chicago and on the university's campus. I've been here several times with a few friends and family. We have the Reva and David Logan Center for the Arts. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this here, but a lot of Chicago artists create here. Mr. Dr. Timuel Black had his 100th birthday celebration here, and I was able to be a guest. Yes, we both did. Super excited. So we're going to press forward and finish the tour, guys. Thank you. This land was even donated to the University of Chicago. As mentioned in the last few videos, the Museum of Science and Industry is one of the only standing original buildings from the 1890s. I found out that Mr. Martin Scorsese is going to adapt the book to film. This is one of, this is where I used to work. It looked different. Okay. Alright guys, as you know, my mind tends to race, but this book here is one of my favorites. It talks a lot about Chicago history and also one of the first serial killers in the world. Before like a Jack the Ripper, this guy in this book here, Mr. Watson, was a serial killer, and as mentioned before, is going to be made into a movie by Mr. Martin Scorsese, hopefully. Alright guys, so I'm gonna make a note of that in the video. Stay tuned and let's continue with our tour. Alright guys, to the left we have Midway Plaisance, which was the original site for the 1893 World Columbian Exposition here in Chicago. The fair lasted for 6 months. It took about 3 years to complete. I have 93 World's Fair. So here's some more architecture, guys. I'm going to show you 57th Street, which is a pivotal part in the artist community and small business community. And we will continue on. We're just about. Guys, as you know, during the World Columbian Exposition, a lot of these homes were actually built during that time because people needed places to stay. These homes still exist. This here is a Victorian style home on the right. At least maybe a couple, I'm not going to say a lot. Right here we have another old building that I used to work in here. This is called Blackstone Hall, also owned, well, it was previously owned by the University of Chicago, but since then has been sold. This is one of the creepiest buildings I've ever been in. And this is it here.
Dorchester?
No, we're on Blackstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on 57th and Blackstone.
Yeah.
Guys, size of 57th Street. It's just a, oh, this lady is walking too close. Just cause
She look like that lady from the greeting cards.
Why is she so close? Anyway, even though she had a mask on, I'm not playing today. Okay, I'm not. So, I'm going to show you guys one of the oldest bookstores in maybe the country. I don't know. I be making up my own facts. So, like I said, please go to Google, Wikipedia, everything. I do fact check, I do double check, but I like to have a good time. So, we're going to keep it going. Stay tuned. Alright, so street, these are some of the small businesses here. Okay, and the Hyde Park Art Fair takes place normally on 57th Street here. But unfortunately, due to COVID-19, it is canceled for this summer. I think I applied to be in it a few times. Right here we have a very historical bookstore here, Powell's Books, Chicago, one of the oldest. One of my best friends used to work here. Shout out to you, Jeremy. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. All right, right here I'm standing in front of this building here. This is the national headquarters for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. It's a lot of historical women who have been a part of this sorority. So if you don't know, please go ahead and check it out. Get some history, get some facts. And we're going to keep the tour going, guys. All right, thanks. All right, guys, I'm currently at 56th and Cornell Avenue. It was founded by Paul Cornell in 1853. Some of the neighborhood also spans to Kenwood as well, Hyde Park / Kenwood, with 300 acres of land. Also, Paul Cornell is the brother of the founder of Cornell University. So I don't know if you guys knew that. This right here used to be a hotel back in the 1920s. And in the Depression around the 30s, it was closed. And they changed it. A lot of these structures here, a lot of these buildings were changed, I want to say during the turn of the century, into apartments. So, just showing you guys some of the architecture here. This is clearly a hotel in the past, and it's now condos and apartments. So, stay tuned. We are wrapping up our tour. We are right. Various artists. What is that? From the University of Chicago. Okay, we're in the viaduct here, and we are at 53rd and Lake Park. Now, originally here, this used to be a park and a place where people would play chess and do things. Yep, open space. And then before that, it was a Borders bookstore, and now it's in Akira and where the promontory currently sits at. All right, and then here we have LA Fitness, Starbucks right here. It used to be a video store. This was an empty parking lot at one point.
And a newsstand used to be right there on that corner.
A newsstand, okay. All right. So we're just about wrapping up, guys. Stay tuned. All right, once again, we have Promontory, Akira. This area here is where the Silver Room Block Party takes place. This is one of where the stages are. Down here we have the Harper Court.
Oh, don't forget Valois.
Yes, Valois has been here since. As in the last video, yes, I'm currently in front of Valois Cafeteria, founded in 1921. Says it right there, by a Greek family. The originators of this, of the owners, they still own it, and they are Greek. They are Greek. Barack Obama, yes, he has a special here. He would frequent this restaurant along with many other notable people throughout not only Chicago, but throughout the entire world. All right, next to that is Bonacente dollars. So that made me care about money. And we are just about finished with our tour. I'm going to say a few things. I'm going to show you a few more things, and that will be that, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so our tour is just about over for the most part. Only because I've been driving around for hours, guys. So if you want the tours to continue, please go ahead and tip me via Cash App, Zelle, whatever you like, at SochyliteArtistry. SochyliteArtistry. The tour is just about over. So I appreciate you all for watching this week's episode. Stay tuned for next week's surprise location, surprise neighborhood. Camera, I was just about to thank my sponsors, but goddamn, he is fine. Look at his body. Okay. He ain't got no mask on. You can't be that cute and not with no mask. Please wear your mask, guys. Honestly. Wear a freaking mask. I don't care if it looks crazy. You can order one from somebody. I'm making masks now. You can order from me. Alright, so I'm thanking my sponsors. So far, the people have Ebony, Dara, Lonnie, Courtney, Nikita. I thank you. Emerald, thank you. Tanisha, Teresa, Alberto. Alright, guys, those are the people who have tipped so far. I appreciate every dollar. It keeps our tours going, keeps gas in the car. I appreciate you all. Love and light. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Peace. Thank you. Alright, bye. Okay.